Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we're fixing a mistake I made that you shouldn't make. Before we begin, the puppy is hungry. It's kind of a gloomy day today on the islands. Did not turn out for a very pretty Saturday. Lots of cloud cover. It's been raining on and off for the last 3 days, but perfect weather to have an excuse to work on the truck. What we're doing today is correcting a mistake that I made when I installed the 3.5-inch leveling kit from Rough Country. We're gonna fix that today. Go ahead and flip the truck around, so let's do that now. Okay, so we're here at the rear of the truck. I'll show you a little bit closer what I'm talking about. So the rear block's there with the Rough Country kit, the 3.5-inch leveling kit. It comes with these 1.5, almost 2-inch blocks. And this block here is the stock block, which is just over 1 inch. Now these two together equal about 3 inches, which I was assuming was the 3-inch. That was my mistake. So what we're doing now is pulling this out, reinstalling the Rough Country block, and bolting everything back up. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and measure the height of the fender well in the back and compare it to the front. So right now, technically we have a 3-inch block with the two stacked together. Again, never do that. 3-inch in the back, 3.5 inch in the front. We're gonna measure the front to the back and see if there's a difference in gap between the center of the tire or center of the wheel to the fender well, center of the wheel to the front fender well. So center of the wheel, top of the fender, you're looking at 25.25 inches. And then just to validate, top of the tread to the top of the fender, looking at 9.5 inches. So let's go to the rear, do the same thing. Center of the wheel, top of the fender, we're looking at 25.25 inches. Top of the tread, top of the fender, 9.5 inches. So the gap between the center of the wheel and the top of the fender in the rear and the front are exactly the same. So the truck is currently level. The truck also has a total of 3 inches of lift in the back with the 3.5 in the front. Now that 3 inches in the back were those two blocks stacked together. So technically, if you want a level truck, you need 3-inch blocks in the back, not the 2-inch blocks that Rough Country gives you. Just for safety's sake, I'm going to go ahead and pull out that stock block, and we're going to get a little bit of a bulldog look now. The rear of the truck will be lower than the front, which I'm curious why they call it a leveling kit. We're not really leveling anything. You're lifting the front end higher than the back. The back end will be lower, have a bulldog stance, but we're going to do it for safety's sake, and maybe I'll order 3-inch blocks to fix that. Actually just finding out that my truck is nearly too tall for my jack stands. So my jack stands are fully extended to its, as far as it can go safely. These are 3-ton jack stands, and my tires are still on the ground. Back under the truck, got the passenger side, driver's side. I'm gonna work one side at a time. I'm gonna remove the 4 nuts on the U-bolts, loosen up the U-bolts. I don't necessarily have to pull them off. I've just got to slide this stock block out of there and bolt everything back up. But unfortunately, the Lonestar Hawaiian doesn't have any power tools in Hawaii, so we're stuck to what you'd call manual labor. This is gonna be fun. Oh my hell. I need to get myself some power tools. Oh. Well, definitely won't need to go to the gym today. Tune in next week for reassembly. Next thing I'm doing, I went ahead and hit the jack right under the spring just to give me enough room to slide this block out. So I actually didn't need to remove the U-bolts altogether. Went ahead and just loosened them up all the way. And just like that, blocks are out. Here's the rough country block, here's the stock block. So with the measurements we took earlier, the stock block plus the rough country block equals a level truck. What we're going to do though is remove the stock block, put the rough country block back up under there, and we're gonna get somewhat of a bulldog look, which is fine for now. Better safe than sorry, right? Let's go ahead and measure this just for fun. So we have the stock block, the rough country block together. There it is. We have ladies and gentlemen, a 3-inch block. Look at that. And that's what you need to have a level truck. 3 inches in the back, 3.5 inches in the front. We're going to slide the rough country block back in. Now, as you can see, it's tapered. This side's taller than the front, which means we need to place it that way. We're going to slide that in there. As you can see, there's also that piece there which aligns with this spring plate. Kind of locks it in place. We need to make sure that pin goes into that hole.
Va a pegarle el Ronaldinho Gaucho. Ya lo hace. Pierna derecha, directo al arco. ¡Golazo! ¡Golazo!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Today on the show, we're going to turn nuts in a clockwise direction. Get comfortable. We're going to be here for a while. Okay, everybody, my wife just agreed if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I have the green light to go purchase power tools. We got a little ways to go, so if you have not hit that subscribe button, please subscribe below. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've run into a little problem. These U-bolts have got to be meant for 3-inch blocks. Look how long that is at the bottom. And the issue I'm running into, my long socket isn't long enough. So, get to there. Well, this is gonna have to work for now. Can you hold that for me? Thank you, bud. And we're back. And unfortunately, this is literally all they had. Another one of those joys of living on a remote island. I say remote, but there's like 1.4 million people here. If I thought this was going to take a long time before, I'm going to be here all day. Rough country block, rough country U-bolts, and look how low these U-bolts hang. That just looks ridiculous. I'm going to need some 3-inch blocks. So we're on to the passenger side. I'm going to follow the same process. Since this does take absolutely forever, I'm just going to, snap my fingers and it's going to be complete right now. There we have it. Done. Okay, so stock blocks are out. Rough country blocks are in. Jack stands are out, so we're going to lower the truck down finally.
like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I stand.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. If you're looking at that leveling kit from Rough Country, technically, this is what the truck is supposed to look like once installed. About 1.5 to 2 inch blocks in the back, a 3.5 inch spacer up front, equals a little bit of a Baja look or a Bulldog stance with the front end higher than the rear. It's not a substantial difference, but I do notice it and it does kind of bother me. So next steps for this truck, I'm ordering some 3-inch blocks to replace those rear ones. I want the truck level, so we are going to make it level. At the end of the day, the Rough Country leveling kit is not a performance modification. If you're doing any kind of off-roading or any kind of extreme driving, not for you. This truck is pampered. It drives on roads, it stays in the garage. So it's, you know, what I need for now. Eventually, a better suspension lift will go onto it, but for now, this is exactly what we're looking for. This is what we're gonna do for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit that button there below. This is a relatively new YouTube channel. We're trying to get more and more, obviously, views as well as subscribers, allowing me to dig a little bit deeper into my pockets for videos and more exciting things, performance modifications, new vehicles perhaps. Thank you so much. Aloha, have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are.